Okay, so now let's move on to the next lymph formation and components of the lymphatic system. Okay, before this we have learned about the tissue fluid formation. Okay, that come from the blood plasma that diffuse continuously into the intercellular space. Okay, and above the cell. So that is tissue fluid. So now we are going to learn about another fluid formation, lymph formation. Okay. So we read first, later I will explain by using the diagram. So at the venule end of the blood capillary, blood plasma is hypertonic compared to the tissue fluid surrounding it. So blood pressure is also lower. As a result, the reabsorption of water, mineral salts, and waste take place in the venule capillary. However, only 85% of the fluid that leave the blood at the arterial end of blood capillary diffuse back into the venule end. What happens to the remaining 15% that is left in the intercellular space? This remainder forms about 4 liters of fluid that is lost from capillaries each day. How does the blood circulatory system regain this fluid? Okay, so the lost fluid is collected and returned to the blood through the lymphatic capillary, which is the smallest vessel in the lymphatic system. This fluid is known as lymph and is a pale yellow in color. So I stop here. We move on to the diagram. Okay. So we use the same diagram. Okay. Make it bigger. So I'm going to focus on more on this side. Okay. This venule side. Okay. So venule side. Okay. So we focus more in here. So can you please label this one? This one is venule. Okay, this one arterial, venule. So now we are going to focus what happened in venule. Okay, before this we have learned that we have learned about the tissue fluid, right? Tissue fluid. So now we are going to focus more in the venule. Okay. So let's continue. Okay, so before this we have learned that the tissue fluid. So I'll make a bigger more. Okay. So a bit here. So we have learned that tissue fluid will occupy the space, right? Okay, so now all of these have the tissue fluid. So we color first the tissue fluid. So this is the venue, right? So color the tissue fluid. Okay, tissue fluid, right? Okay. Okay, focus at this side lah. This one also tissue fluid. Okay, the first one, at the venule end of the blood capillary, blood plasma is hypertonic. So we label here, we have the blood plasma. So blood plasma is hypertonic compared to the tissue fluid. Okay, tissue fluid. Okay, so what happened? Here also the blood is at low pressure. Okay, blood flow in low pressure compared to the arterial lah. So low pressure. So this make the reabsorption of water, salts, and waste take place in the venule capillary. Okay, because of the hypertonic, right? So hypertonic compared to the tissue fluid. So the water, okay, will move up or be diffused by osmosis. Okay, maybe color not so clear, so I'll use another color. Use black. Okay, black. Okay, right lah. Red. So water will diffuse. Okay, and then maybe the waste product also will reabsorb. Waste product maybe absorbed by the simple diffusion, and then also the mineral salt. Mineral salt also will be reabsorbed maybe through the active transport. But because water more here, so we can consider these three, okay, as a fluid. Fluid that come out. Okay, fluid, because this waste product and result will come out with water lah. Okay, so we can consider this as this water, okay, mineral salts, and also waste product as fluid. Fluid that will be reabsorbed back to the venule, to the blood plasma and then to the venule. Okay, so it will be reabsorbed back. So the fluid here will be reabsorbed back to the venule. Okay, the absorption of water, the absorption of mineral salts and waste take place in the venule capillary. So this, when this fluid reabsorb, so it will be flow back to the circulatory system lah. Okay, circulatory system. Okay, flow back. The fluid will flow back to the circulatory system. But this fluid actually just 85% only. So 85% of the fluid will reabsorb back to the venule then to the circulatory system. So another 15%, okay, will remain in the intercellular space. So another 15%. So it will remain in the intercellular space lah, inside here, in here, in here, okay, in here. So 15%. Okay, so this 15% actually form about 4 liters. 4 liters of fluid. So that means the inside here we have 4 liters of fluid that actually lost from the capillary. Capillary. Okay, so actually every day the capillaries will lose 4 liters of fluid to form the tissue fluid here. So this fluid actually, importance for the capillary or importance for the blood circulatory system or the blood vessel especially to move the blood, to make sure the blood flow easily in the blood vessel. But because of the formation of the tissue fluid from the blood plasma here, so the fluid here 85% will be reabsorbed back at the venule, but 50% will remain in here, remain in the intercellular space. So 4 liters quite a lot. Okay, so if the blood capillaries or maybe the blood vessel don't have this fluid anymore, so what happen? The blood cannot flow easily in the blood vessel. So what happened? This fluid must be returned back. Return back to the blood circulatory system. So how to return back? The lost fluid is collected and returned to the blood through the lymphatic capillary. So we have this lymphatic capillary here. So the function of this lymphatic capillary is to collect, okay, and return back this lost fluid, okay, into the blood. Okay, the function of this lymphatic capillary. Okay, so the fluid that flow inside here is known as lymph. So this is the formation of lymph. Lymph actually produced from the lost fluid that is collected and returned to the blood through the lymphatic capillary. Okay, so lymphatic capillary is the smallest vessel in the lymphatic system. Smallest vessel in the lymphatic system. So you must know the 3 fluid inside our body. First, blood plasma. Okay, blood plasma. Then blood plasma will diffuse into the space to produce the tissue fluid, and then the 85% will be absorbed back to the venule and then to the blood circulatory system. But 15% here will be absorbed back or will be collected back by the lymphatic capillary as lymph. So lymph. So lymph is actually the fluid that flow inside the lymphatic capillary. And usually lymph color is pale yellow in color. Pale yellow. So these are the different of three fluid inside our body. Okay, so if you understand this, you can later ask me lah. Maybe this one a bit difficult to understand because of the inside our body, right? So if you don't understand, you can ask me later lah. Okay, but this is what happened lah. So you must remember the tissue fluid, the blood plasma, and also the lymph. Lymph is the fluid, the fluids inside our body. Okay.